This is the PokerHeaven.com World Speed Championship. We're down to 5. Our current chip leader is John Cabarge with 160,000, but it's all to play for. Still cagey stuff. No one really doing anything too reckless. Achilles Kalakis just doubled up. He's up to 77,000, so he's out of the immediate danger zone. But the blinds are 4 and 8,000, so it's starting to get a little bit expensive. And looks like we've got something brewing here, Roy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pass.
Darren Judges, I suspect he's going to re-raise.
I'll raise.
Raise.
24,000 total.
Well, that's a little bit cheap there, Roy. Might keep John in.
Yeah, this could develop into a pot, couldn't it?
36. Pass.
How much you got left, Pete? Approximately.
Approximately
70?
about that, yeah.
24, yeah?
He's got the chips to call,
I call.
and he's going to call.
He says call. He only had 2 seconds left on the clock to say it. This is speed poker. If you count down out of the 15 seconds, your hand's declared dead. But John got in there in time, and we're going to see a flop.
Ace of hearts.
It's a very good flop for him to be able to get away from the hand.
9 of diamonds.
He'd like to catch a 10, though.
Actions with seat 1.
Wow, that's a catastrophe for Darren Judges. But little does he know, he is actually winning.
Check.
Does John
Check.
think he's laying a trap? Let's take a free card and have a look at the turn. And that's good for John.
Spades. Actions with seat 1.
It's just got worse for Darren.
20,000.
Bet to 20,000.
Keeping it cheap. He doesn't want to commit too many of his chips. But he's hoping that John was calling him with like a pair of 7s or something similar.
Cool.
John calls. He's now in pretty good shape. Queen would be good for Darren.
Ace of clubs.
That's going to give John a little bit extra
Actions with
confidence,
seat
isn't it,
1.
Roy?
Yeah, it is. He can't suspect he's taking on an ace now. Darren Judges, well, his head is going to be absolutely spinning.
Check.
There's no point in betting this. John Cabarge, surely.
Check.
Yeah, he's not going to get called by a hand that he can beat.
Pair of 10s. Nice flop for a pair of 10s, yeah.
I wanted a 10.
So that pot goes
Like
to
your
John.
queen to come.
Is King Queen playing catch up on the turn? He ends up with aces and kings with the Queen kicker.
The ace never comes. I would definitely
Darren Judges could have been thinking that was a missed opportunity. I should have bet the flop and found out.
He's terrible live. I played live with him in St. Martin. He's terrible. So yeah, I guess.
Actions with
Internet
seat
is good.
6.
Pass.
Pass.
I played with all them boys in
8,000.
Stockholm too. At Martin's
Darren
Smith.
Judges feeling the
Pass.
pinch at the moment. 5-9 not enough for him to play.
Cool. Any raise?
Henning Grandstad mucks, and it's up to the blind. It's King 10, who's only flat called into John Cabarge's big blind. John happy for a free one with his 3-6.
Ace of clubs. 5
Now he's got an up and
clubs.
down straight draw, but there are 3 clubs out there, and neither of our players has got a
Actions with
club.
seat 4.
All
Club.
Check.
clubs, yeah?
All clubs.
Check.
Check.
John having to ask the dealer whether they're all clubs.
Jack of hearts. Actions with seat 4.
Check.
Check. Check.
His eyes have let him down already once today.
8 of hearts.
Oh, John can't win with
Actually,
anything
seat
other
4.
than a bet now. I know he's pretty sure about that.
Well, is it a pot worth fighting over? No,
Check.
says John Cabarge.
King?
That's massive, says John. King's very good.
I've played John on a number of occasions, both in tournaments and private games, but all tournament structures. Very aggressive player, very good, formidable, tough player. And hopefully I will have the edge over him today, especially with the speed.
My small blunt.
So those are the scores on the doors. John Cabarge at 204,000. Darren Judges at the bottom. He's at 57,000, and he needs to get busy pretty soon.
What's tomorrow?
It's 2 days.
Actions with seat 4. Pass.
What day is it today? Monday.
Monday.
That's a funny time to have a...
Pass.
I think it's tomorrow afternoon.
Pass.
Yeah, Darren Judges on the small
4,000.
blind. Big King, I fancy a raise this one.
20,000 total.
and you
Raise
did
it to 20,000 total.
Call.
12 to call.
With his chips, I'm surprised he only makes it 20,000. That's almost half of his chips. Well, it's about a third of his chips, but if you're going to put 20,000 in, it might be worth you while just sticking the lot in.
3, 2,
Well, he's going to
Ace.
hate that ace. He's very
Let's
much in
receipt one.
front. He's not yet represented a flop today. So hard to do with an ace on the board. But he's
One
done
all
it
in.
here. That's impressive. And that one's getting through, Gary.
It certainly is. It has got a 5 in case he gets it wrong.
Passed.
Cheers.
So he takes that one down with his king high. Just when he needed it, managed to get himself up to 81,000 now. Did risk a fair bit to get the chips there, Roy.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was of the opinion I've raised pre-flop and he's only called. If he's got a sizable ace, he would have re-raised me. So if he's got a small ace, I might be able to get him off the hand. I think it was doubtful, but at the end of the day, the move got through. It's the first time he's represented when he's
receipt
not got a
5.
hand.
Pass. Pass.
Paris Noman for Kalakis.
8,000.
Oh, we have
Pass.
some action coming up.
Yeah, small
4,000.
blind here. Big slick
Raise.
for Henning Grandstad. And a pair of 8s for Achilles.
All in. And a call.
So, bet, raise, and all in. It all happened very quickly. This is speed poker. This is Achilles' lifeline. He has to win this pot, otherwise he's out. But if Henning loses it, he's going to be down to 8,000. So, both of them desperate to win. Pot's
Six
got
of hearts.
178,000 in the
Three
middle.
hearts.
Wow, two
Ten
overcards
clubs.
and a straight draw, a jack, a king or an ace. It's not over yet.
Hardly changes the percentages. There's a
Three
queen. Now a
diamonds.
10 is good for him as well. So, 10s, jacks, kings and aces, all good cards. It's an 8. 8's full of queens. It's a big, big double up for Achilles Kalakis. And Henning is now in desperate trouble. Not a flicker of emotion from the 2004 World Speed Champion.
That's how quickly it can change. He would have been sat there
89.
with 186,000 in chips with 4 people remaining. As it is, well, he's down to his absolute knees. 8,000 in chips, and he's just on borrowed lifetime now.
89, yeah.
Cool.
First position, flat
8,000
call
to
here
go.
with Victor.
Pass. 8,000 to call. All in.
I have to now.
Cool.
Well, I'm surprised he's done it with a 10-7 with a first position caller. He has got 3 hands to wait. But
Yeah.
Yeah, mentally, you're not in the mood for hanging around, are you?
Go on.
Let's be honest.
he possibly thinks that this way I might get 4 times my money if I do manage to win the pot. But I think I'd have waited for a better
King
spot.
of diamonds.
Well, we could do
Queen
with a
of
jack.
diamonds, and ace of clubs.
He'd only be chopping it even if he does catch
Check.
the jack.
Check.
It's his only chance, though.
Check.
No one having a bet.
4 of clubs. Check. Check.
It's a great flop at the
Check.
moment for Victor. He's not only has he got the king, he's got the straight draw for the 10 and the nut flush
Ace of
draw.
spades.
That means it's
Check.
the end of Henning
Check.
Grandstad. He is going to be our 5th place finisher. Victor Kamara is going to take this one down.
Kings.
But the 2004 Speed Poker champion, Henning Grandstad, is out. Played a good game, lost a couple of 50-50 shots, and that means he is walking. And we are down to 4 here at the PokerHeaven.com World Speed Championship.
Had ace king in the blind war. I was small blind, he was big blind. Had ace king, I raised him, he went all in, and I called him. He had the pair of 8s, and I didn't hit, so he won.
Welcome back. This is hand 52 at the PokerHeaven.com World Speed Championship. We are down to 4. We just lost the Norwegian Henning Grandstad. Our chip leader right now is John Kabarge with 188,000. But right behind him, he struggled for a lot of this, is Achilles Kalakis with 170. But that man, Darren the Judge Judges, is down to 81,000.
Deal.
Any of these 4 could actually go on to win it. Victor
I
might need the
concede
stronger
too.
hands to do it. The strength and pre-flop aggression of both the Judge and John Kabarge would make them my 2 favourites right now. And with
Cool.
Darren having quite a lot less chips than
Pass.
John, I'd have to go with my man, Mr. Kabarge.
Cool.
He likes an ace, this Spaniard, doesn't he? And Darren Judges, with his short stack, might decide it's time to gamble. I'm going to shove them in.
He can't afford to sit there and try and flop
No
a set. Well, he's trying to do it.
Well, I think that's foolhardy.
Well, a deuce 3 fly 5 flop would be very interesting. There'd be an overpair for sixes, a set of deuces, and a straight. But that's enough of
three,
fantasy poker. Let's get
queen.
back to reality. 3 spades on the board. They've all got a spade. But the ace is the best draw. The sixes is the best hand at the moment.
I just can't understand why he didn't stick all his chips in with that pair of sixes.
Yeah, there was enough in there. 24,000 was great to pick up. He could have really done with it.
King.
That king changes nothing.
Remarkably, the sixes are still
Check.
winning.
And the ace flush draw
Check.
hasn't had a bet.
Check.
Why, they're playing timid, aren't they?
There's a 5.
Five.
It's a spade. They've all made a flush.
Yeah, and look who's got the best of them. Our friend there.
10,000.
Our friend there betting
10,000.
10,000.
I'll tell you what, he really is hitting some cards, isn't he? Good bet, though. Just a nice small bet, little teaser bet, knowing he'll get paid off if anyone's got a sizable spade.
Pass.
Well, to his credit, he's managed to lay down his 6 of spades. But probably an opportunity lost.
How high is your flush?
Well, it's going to be higher than yours if he's got one, Achilles.
Does it matter when you've got the 2 high flush?
Raised all in.
Wow!
He's just checking to see if there's a straight flush draw out there, Victor.
Okay.
He calls. He's got the
16.
ace flush. It's
1 by 2. Call.
It's over. This one's over, baby. What a move.
Achilles has tried to make a big play against Victor. He's tried to bully him off the best possible hand. That's never going to happen. That's an example of what not to do.
Absolutely. Wow. Unbelievable stuff. One guy sat there with the stone cold nuts.
Neither one's trying to bluff him off it.
How big's your flush? Because mine's too high. Unbelievable. Good bit of speech play, actually, because he knows full well if his opponent had a 10 high
Okay,
flush or
100.
something, he would have laid it down.
145. Action C6. Call.
Now, what's this guy calling with?
9,
Pass.
10 of spades.
All in.
Blind.
Do you want to put those on the glass so that
All in
everybody else
blind,
has
says
got-
Mr. Kalakis.
I think he's
21,000?
wants to get out of the building pretty quick after his play a minute ago.
Yeah, this
Pass.
guy's he's the Bobby Fischer of the televised poker world, isn't he?
Just going to cost you 13.
13.
13. Can we have a call?
Good luck.
The Queen 3's mathematical favourite.
What's he got?
There's very little in it.
Queen 3.
This could be the biggest comeback since Lazarus.
The 9-10 suited.
Let's see if the flop brings anything for him. Victor, if he can just improve, is going to knock
Five
out
hearts.
Achilles
Ten of clubs,
Kalakis, and
ace
that
of
is good
clubs.
right now. The biggest club is currently sitting in his hand. And by his, I mean Achilles Kalakis's. But that's irrelevant. He now needs just to catch one of the 3 queens left in the deck. Otherwise, he's out the door and in 4th place. Yep, that's the end of Achilles Kalakis. He's probably going to regret his big play with a pair of deuces, trying to bluff Victor off the nuts. That was never going to happen. So we are down to 3 here at the PokerHeaven.com World Speed Championship.
Not at all pleased with where I finished, but the strategy worked okay apart from one moment of foolishness. But it's always one moment of foolishness that causes you to lose the tournament.